Hello, may peace and blessings be with you. I hope that you're having a fantastic day. This human is running on 1 hour of sleep, so, but I look pretty good for someone who's only slept for an hour last night. For all good things, all good things. For those of you who are fasting, just like me, we're in the home stretch of Ramadan, only a few more days to go. Hang in there, you can do it. Let's collect some more blessings before this month is over. So today I want to talk about automation with Flodesk. You can certainly create email sequences in Flodesk to automate a lot of things so that it takes it gives you your time back and it makes your whole process more efficient. There are many different reasons why you would want to do that. The very first one at the beginning of your process where you have a lead magnet to deliver to your ideal clients, you want to use automation for that. So it's hands-free and you're not stressing out about it after people sign up to your email list. It needs to be very automated. When I first got started, I didn't have that automation set up. But as your email list grows, you want to free up your time. So you definitely want to automate this piece. In addition to that, there are other places where I'm using workflows from Flodesk for event reminders. When we have our masterclasses and implementation sessions, we have entire sequences set up that send out reminders 3 days before the masterclass, 1 day before, and an hour before, just to let people know we're getting started. Let's see, what else am I using workflows for? While I'm thinking about that, I can share my screen so that you can take a look. Okay, so we're in Flodesk. After I log in, it defaults to this email section. So I'm here and you're seeing just a bunch of email templates that we've used for recent emails. Where you want to go from here is workflows. And let's take a look. So we have several workflows set up for different things. Like I said, for delivering lead magnets, reminder emails. We also do our thank you emails through Flodesk, even though all of our courses reside on Teachable. When someone signs up, they become a student in Teachable. Teachable does send you a confirmation after you register for a program, but after that, we also send a welcome email where we include a link for something like a Facebook group or something like that, community that comes with the different programs that we offer. So we're always doing an additional email to our attendees for our programs. So we do a workflow for that. Setting up these workflows in Flodesk is super simple. I'm going to go over the entire process for you today. If you have any questions as I go through this, please use the comments and I'll be sure to answer that. I know my energy is a little bit low today, like I said. Lack of sleep would do that. Okay, so let's get going here. Let's create a workflow from scratch. Before I do that, what I recommend doing is creating your email first, drafting your email first. It doesn't need to be fully done, but at least drafting that so that you have a starting point of what you're going to include in that message that's going to go out to your clients or your subscribers. Okay, so let's go to email. We're going to start with creating a new email. So I'm going to click on new email. Flodesk has these beautiful templates for emails for different things. I am going to say, let's look at the welcome email examples, see which one comes up. So this looks pretty cute. Welcome new subscribers. Let's use that one. To use it, I just clicked on it. It's a template. I can now preview it right here. So it's giving me an idea of what it's going to look like. And all I have to do is hit this customize button. Okay. So it has opened up the template for us. I think this is one of the ones we used when we created our welcome email, our first welcome email. Okay, so here are some recommendations that I make. I really like their style, how you have like this big caption right at the top. You want to use that, leverage that space for sure. Then there's a graphic here. I am a visual learner and I love including graphics in all the emails that we send out. I see people doing different things with that. For your weekly emails, maybe you do want to include graphics, but then some other ones you may not want to include graphics, because sometimes if you have graphics included, the emails are not getting delivered to the inbox. Sometimes they end up in spam. I don't know why that happens. I'm not exactly sure, but I've heard many people say that. So a lot of times people prefer text only emails. To me, the ones with graphics look really pretty, and I would rather look at a graphic and get the, like quick points quickly rather than read a whole paragraph. That's just who I am. A little bit lazy, but it's okay. Okay, so when you're here, you want to click on this image here, and you can upload your own image. Let's see if I have any quick ones handy that we can include. Let's just do the thumbnail that I for this live stream. This is not the best example, but it's okay. We'll make it work. All right, I'm going to change the layout because it's not fitting. So that looks kind of good, right? Am I able to edit this text? Take the text off. What will it do? Here we go. Okay, so I was able to take the text off. And I believe there's a way to like zoom in or zoom out or something a little bit too. I don't know if I want to zoom out. Do I? Nah, it's fine the way it is. I'll just zoom out. Okay, so something like that, right? I also like including my logo in the very first email that we send out. I don't know if you need it for every single email that you send out, but you can add it or delete it as needed. Welcome, friend. I'm here to serve you. Write a cute little message. You also have this the ability to say personalize the email to include the first name from the email list, or if it's not present, what else to use. So you can say, friend, I love using beautiful souls because when I'm speaking to my people, I really find them to be beautiful souls. So that's what I do. Instead of friend, I say beautiful souls. And you can also customize the button like we have done before in the past with some other things. Very easy to do. You have different button styles. I would definitely change it to my brand colors, right? And then if you want to link it to maybe your Facebook group or something, invite them to your community, something like that, you can edit this to do that. You definitely want to modify this, change the name to your name, anything else you want to include. You also can embed your Instagram feed in here. I personally don't do that because I'm not super active on Instagram at this time. We post there, different things, quotes and stuff like that, but I'm not very active there. So I am personally not going to include it. I can just delete that. And I deleted this element just by clicking on it, and this little trash can button shows up, and you just hit that to delete anything you want to exclude. I also want to just delete this logo from here because we already have it at the top here. Okay, so just like that, modify the email, make it sound like you, look like you, and go ahead and send, right? This email is drafted. It's also going to pick up any social media links you want to include. It also picks up your address from settings and things like that. So all of that is automatically pulled in. You have the ability to modify anything, change anything, delete anything. If you want to add a new section, like if you want to include a video thumbnail or something like that, you can always click on this little plus button and you can include anything you like. So if I say video, I can include a video, and instead of embedding the video, we are going to include the link for the video. Let's see, right here. So a lot of times we include the YouTube link when we send out our weekly emails to our email list. We include the YouTube link here. So just like that. And I've noticed if you include the YouTube link, it automatically picks up the thumbnail from there. So you don't necessarily need to add a thumbnail here, like I kind of did here. Okay, so let me know if you have any questions as you're watching this. Even if you're watching the replay, just put your question in the comments and I can answer them later on. Okay, so if I hit next here, now it's asking me who's this email coming from, you know, the normal questions. I don't know if we've gone over this before. Similar things. We've not gone over email before. I think we've so far only covered forms. So, all right, so I guess it's worth mentioning it here then. Who's this email coming from? You can customize this. Our emails come from this mailbox. If you want to modify, you can. If I hit continue, it's going to give me the next prompt, which is write your subject line. So you want to say something that will make them open your email. Here's your lead magnet. Here's the, let's see, here are the, oh my gosh, the 5 tips we promised you on growing your email list. Something like that, right? 5 tips we promise you. Maybe I don't want to make the subject line super long. Maybe I'll say, here are the 5 tips we promised you for growing your email list. Something like that, right? And we can hit continue. Now it's asking which segment you want to send to. You can include the segments. You can add individual emails. You can upload a file from a CSV file, upload emails from a CSV file if you want. You can do all that. Oh my goodness. I have my alarm going off. Yes. Literally living in the twilight zone these days. So stuff like this happens. Okay. So you basically pick that up from here as needed. And if this is a one-off email, you can just go to the next step after you select the segment. Then you can hit continue and you can send it, send a test email. Always, always, always do a test email. Okay, let's see if we can do testers. I have a couple of people on my tester email list so that we can show you what this looks like. Okay, so if you're wanting to exclude a segment from your full email list, you can do that here as well. So you can say all subscribers and then you can exclude a segment. You can just pop that in here and it will do the trick. I've tested that. This is very powerful. Okay, so just like that, we've added the recipients. Now we're going to hit continue. So now it's asking, when should we send this email? Do you want to send it now? Do you want to send it later? I always do a send a test email. When I click on that, I always send it to my email, not this one, but a different email. And I hit the send test now button. And that usually would do the trick. And then you can hit now or you can schedule it for later. So this is if you're sending a one-off email, you know, like if late afternoon you have inspiration about something and you want to share that with your ideal clients, you can just crank out an email very, very quickly using Flodesk. Flodesk is amazing. I really, really love the interface, how simplistic everything is. So you can do that very easily. What I really want to show you today is after drafting an email, I want you to leave the email behind, leave it alone, and then go back out to Flodesk and start a workflow because I'm going to show you how you can automate this beautiful thing. Can I go back for a minute? Because I feel like I didn't make a very important point. I missed that part. It's okay. That's why we do this live, so we can trace our steps. Okay, so if, for example, you were including the 5 tips for growing your email list. Here you can download the 5 tips for growing your email list here. So you can either hyperlink this or hyperlink here and basically include a link where that file lives. And that way, when people are, so that's what I will do. I'm going to link this part and I'm going to include the link for the 5 tips from your Google Drive. That is what I recommend. So you would have created it somewhere in Canva maybe, then you would download it as a PDF. You would save it to your Google Drive. From your Google Drive, you will make the link fully shareable so anyone who has the link can view the file. And then you will come back here and you will paste the link for that here. Should I show that real quick? Maybe I should show that. Okay, give me 1 second. Let's see if we can make that happen quickly. Taking a little bit of a field trip here, but it's okay. Courses. Sorry, I'm not sharing my screen, am I? Okay. So here's what we have. We have different courses here, different links with the courses here. So let's do the goal setting one. Remember, I have these goal trackers I've been including. Pretend they're the 5 tips for growing your email list. It's okay. It's all good, right? So this folder is something I want to embed in the email, a link for this folder into that email. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click on the ellipsis, and you can do that with any of the files too. When I click on that, I'm going to say get link. Not say, click on get link. And from here, I am changing this setting. By default, it doesn't say anyone with the link. You want to change it to anyone with the link. Normally, it would be restricted or just to your domain. I'm going to change that to anyone with the link can view, only view, not edit. I don't want anybody accidentally editing my file. So I'm going to only allow this view only access to anyone who has this link. I'm going to copy this link from here. And now we're going to go back to here. So how I had the text highlighted, and in this box, I'm going to enter this link, and that's it. I also like underlining it if it doesn't automatically do that. And I also make it bold because I do want it to pop out. If you want to even increase the font size a little bit, please do so. One other thing that also helps, I feel like, when I'm reading my own emails is changing the color of that text. Either make it blue hyperlink like the links are, or you can even make it your brand color. So I really like using pink, this hot pink, as much as possible. So this is how I would do it. And I can also bold this thing so they know what they're getting. Okay, so just like that, we've embedded this link. I had missed this point earlier, so I just wanted to make sure I came back to that. Okay, so we've drafted an email. We're going to leave this here. We're going to go back out to Flodesk by clicking on this F in the top left. Now we're going to create a workflow. From our workflow, we're going to create a new workflow by clicking on this button. And let's see. So welcome sequence, that's probably going to have multiple things in it. There we go. Lead magnet delivery. This is perfect. So let's do that. I'm clicking on view details, and it's going to just show us what it has, what it looks like. So just like that. It's actually very similar to what we're trying to do here, right? 5 tips for better open rates. Okay, so to use this, we're going to hit customize. Now it's making a copy of this workflow. Okay, so for this workflow, what is our trigger? When do we want this workflow to start? We're going to say add. I'm going to click on add trigger. I'm going to say a subscriber is added to a segment, right? Whenever subscriber is added to a segment, that's when I want it to trigger. So from here, then it says which segment. So let's say goal setting one. Goal setting. When someone subscribes to this goal setting list from a landing page, right? Hopefully you have a landing page that talks about goal setting, why it's important, why they need your trackers and things like that in this case. So I'm going to send it to this list, or not. Yeah, I'm going to send it to this list whenever a subscriber gets added to it, right? So every time a new person gets added, a new email gets added, this workflow is going to trigger. Okay, so once we have established the trigger, then we say what to include in the email. What do you want to send out? So they already have a template here. You can click on it and modify the template here, but what I like doing more is drafting the email first, which is what we did already, right? So I went back out after drafting an email, and now I'm under workflows. So from here, I'm going to just hit this X right here, and it says, oh, not delete this. Don't do that. Don't hit the X. Click on this, and then you want to hit this X over here in the top right corner where it says the email. You can hit edit, and you can edit this copy, which only creates a copy of this template and edits it just here in this workflow. Or you can remove this from here and add a new email, duplicate an existing email, or create a new email. So I'm going to duplicate an existing email, and this time I'm going to pick the email I already created, right? So I'm going to hit make a copy. So now it's including a copy of that email that we previously drafted. We still have full control over editing this thing. We still have full control over editing this thing by clicking on the edit button. And we're right back where we were for editing the email. And this time we don't see a whole bunch of other options. I'm just going to hit finish. It looks beautiful, just like that. It's asking us, who do you want to send it from, what the subject line should be. All of this got picked up from that email that we already drafted. So I find that other interface to be more user-friendly, which is why I had you create the draft email first before starting a workflow. I hope that's making sense. So it's a two-step process. You have to have your email drafted, and then you are going to set up your automation. Okay. So after doing that, we are going to, that's it, right? Just one step in your workflow. When someone gets added to this email list, they get this email, which has a link to downloading that goal setting worksheet. It's a little confusing because we're talking about automating emails and growing your email list and goal setting, but you get the picture. Okay, so just like that, we have created a workflow, and all you have to do is hit publish. And it's asking one more time, are you sure you want to publish? Yes, we want to publish now. Okay, so should we test it? Let's test it. Oh my goodness, Sandra's here. Sandra, I love you. Okay, Sandra is saying, she is from Digital Download Creators. She's saying, thanks for demonstrating the steps for adding your link to your lead magnet from Google Drive. So simple. Yes, of course. I talked through that, but then I thought it would be better if I just showed you. So I am glad you appreciated that. Okay, so where were we? What were we talking about? We were creating, we already published our first workflow. So now we're saying, do we want to test it? Now I have to figure out which form is creating the goal setting email list. Look at all the fun stuff we're doing. Okay, there we go. Found it. Okay, so if I go to this form, people are getting added to this goal setting segment, right? And that is what is being used by that workflow we just created. So let's go ahead and use it. I'm gonna, okay, let me try this one. I did not mean to click on it. I was just trying to see which segment it's using. Okay, so this one's using goal tracker. Let's change that to goal setting. Okay, so we're gonna use this one. Click on this, share page link, copy. All right, so all we're doing is testing our automation now. Okay, so struggling with achieving goals. Goal setting tracker. Okay, so I'm going to enter one of my emails. Hopefully this one is not already on this email list. That was supposed to be email. Okay. Enter my name. I can spell correctly. Can you tell that I'm sleep deprived? I still have a long work day ahead of me, but it's all good. Okay, so I'm gonna hit send. Yes, send it to me. All right, so now I'm gonna go. Okay, so we already embedded that folder in here also, which is great. I really recommend doing that. So basically, after someone enters their email, you're delivering exactly what they need right on the screen. In addition to that, you're also going to send them an email in their inbox where they have a link of that or an attachment to that lead magnet in their inbox also, so that they can refer back to it anytime they need it, right? That is your way of getting into their inbox and delivering value. Okay, so I am going to go to my Gmail. All right, it came in. This email came in. Ta-da! So this is what it looks like. Cool, right? If I click on this button here, now it's opening that folder with the goal trackers, which is what we included as part of this lead magnet. So just like that, we were able to create a workflow very, very quickly and got it to work beautifully. All right, I'm going to close out of here. And I'm going to go back here real quick. Going back to my workflows. And let's take a look at... So this is the latest one we did. And you can always rename these to make them a little bit more meaningful, right? So lead magnet delivery by which one, right? So we can say goal tracker, lead magnet delivery, something like that. So we can tell what they're for. If you have multiple lead magnets or multiple workflows for different things, you want to likely create a folder and add them there. Otherwise, it gets really messy. You have like so many different things going on and all that, right? So you want to create a folder. Under folders, create a new folder, and then you'll start to move them to a folder. Okay, so we did a very simple workflow. You also can create more complex ones where it's a whole sequence that does multiple things. So for example, this welcome sequence, if I look at view details here, it's going to do multiple things. Let's customize it so that I can really demonstrate what this is doing. Again, we'll add a trigger here, but it sends out one email, then it waits 30 days, and then it sends out another email. Then it waits another 30 days, and then it sends out another email. So on and so forth. So they have it set up for 30 days, but you can do like 1 day or 1 week or whatever. And you can basically build a whole sequence so that, people get the same sequence of emails from you in a row to build that know, like, and trust factor in your ideal clients, right? When they're first joining your email list, they don't know you that well. So this will help with that, certainly. So just like that, you would just create each one and then you can just hit publish. If you need to add something like add an action step here, you can always just click on this little plus button and it'll open up this and you can add one of these. You can add an email, you can add a time delay, you can add a condition, or you can literally add an action here. So this will take care of that. I really love Flodesk's interface. That is so simplistic. It basically hides from view whatever is not needed until you need it, right? So this was a collapsible menu. You are able to go to it just by clicking on the little plus button. So I really like that. If you have enjoyed today's training, please like this video, share it with others, subscribe to my channel. And if you are in love with Flodesk as much as I am, and you would like to save some money, if you're registering for Flodesk for the first time, please use my affiliate link, which is flodesk.com/c/easy50. This will help you save 50% on your first year subscription, which is huge. So take advantage of that, please. We're going to keep talking about Flodesk some more next week as well. I hope that you will join me. If you have any questions come up in the meantime, please put them in the comments and I will be right back. I will answer them for you and help you out. I will see you next time. May peace and blessings be with you.